is up? My magic miscreants Risen Dragon is here. We're back again for a fun video today, and today we're looking at a Gruul Dragons build that, quite honestly, only really uses 2 cards from the new Tarkir Dragonstorm to push us across the finish line, so to speak. So this deck we could have easily played in the other standard, but there's some fun tricks to this deck. First of them is Breaching Dragonstorm. When this enchantment enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if that spell's mana value is 8 or less. If you don't, put that card into your hand. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. So we are playing a bunch of dragons, including stuff with dragon in its title. Channeled Dragonfire, basically it's a shock. Deals 2 damage to any target. It does have Harmonize for 5 and 2 reds. Basically what you do is you may cast this card from your graveyard for 5 and 2 reds, but you may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is that creature's power, and then exile the spell. So how do we get to casting these bad Larrys? Well, Llanowar Elves helps because mana dorks are cool. Invasion of Tarkir, when it enters, reveal any number of dragon cards from your hand. When you do, it deals X plus 2 damage to any other target, where X is the number of cards revealed this way. Glimpse the Core makes us search for all 3 of our forests if we don't have them in our hand. Up the Beanstalk, because we are going to be drawing a lot of cards later on. And when it enters, you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater and draw a card as well. So, Fire Spitter Whelp, whenever you cast a non-creature or dragon spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each target. So it's a little bit of an interesting, kind of 3-drop thing. Stingerback Terror, flying and trample. This creature gets -1/-1 for each card in your hand. Plot 2. Now this is kind of cool because if we pair it off with Terror of the Peaks. Spells your opponents cast that target this creature costs an additional 3 life to cast. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. So yeah, Bonehorde Dracosaur as well. 5 damage to the face. Fun stuff with this on the field. But again, at the beginning of your upkeep, flying in for a strike, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exile a land card this way, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If you exiled a non-land card this way, create a treasure token. Twin Flame Tyrant, because if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals double that damage instead. And we have Overlord of the Hauntwoods just to kind of ramp us into stuff. More often than not, we do draw into this quite a bit, he says ruefully. Just real quick, want to check the stats on this. How many lands am I playing here? I'm only playing 24. Okay, that's a bit low, I think, for this deck, but that's okay. Speaking of which, sideboard, because we do play best of 3. Lithomanic Barrage, because 5 damage to a white or blue target is always fun. Snakeskin Veil, because we like Hexproof. Overprotect, same deal. Brotherhood's End, because artifacts are a thing. Pop Hatch Formation, because creatures with flying and enchantments are a thing. Tear Asunder, because we like to exile stuff. And Fade from History, because, well, artifact or enchantments are a thing. And we're not really running artifacts and enchantments in this build. But this is our Gruul Dragons build. It is incredibly fun to play once it gets all ramped up and stuff. So if you're new to my channel, we do a best of 1 and a best of 3, so you can see how the deck functions in either one of those environments. So without further ado, let's get to the Gruul Dragons games, kids. We're against a Golian Owl for our best of 1 matchup. They go first. I mean, we can keep this because we've got up the Beanstalk. Don't have Llanowar Elves or anything. We also have Glimpse the Core, which can help for sure. And we're against it. Okay, what is this? Interesting. Let's do this so we can grab our Forest. Do a Stingerback Terror, maybe. And here's where up the Beanstalk and the Stingerback kind of come into play. I mean, it's one of those things where you can easily kind of screw yourself over with the Stingerback. What is that? It's like a raccoon deck? Interesting. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Sure. Let's do this. Darn. Take care of that. Of course, I didn't even read the card. What does that do? Okay, so just basically adds mana and stuff. Alright, fun stuff. Heaped Harvest. Okay, that's an interesting one that I've seen. It helps you ramp. Ramp. Yes, there we go. So there's that. Maybe they sack that. Oh, yeah, who knows? No, I didn't mean to do that. But okay, whatever. Meant to do the Terror of the Peaks first, but I think this is okay. He says ruefully. Weda! Rash Tactician. And they probably have some sort of combat trick, so I'll let them have it. No gain life. That's fine. So they're ramping in their own way. That's kind of cool. Go for it. Oh, hey, another Terror of the Peaks. This could get fun. Oh, geez. Yeah, this is gonna get fun. They're adding a lot of mana to there. But we keep the Terror of the Peaks. What is that? Oh, that's clever. How cool is that? Turn all the cards in the to battle. Oh, that's fun. And that also has reach too. That's never good. But luckily we've got Terror of the Peaks, so we can possibly do quite a bit of damage there. Okay. Let's do this. That works. You can die. You go there, you go there. This could get fun. You're dead. Woo! Let's go to the best of 3. And we're against Rex. I'm just gonna call him Rex. Yeah, this one's... I think we can keep this one because we can ramp into stuff. Big time. Oh, hey, unless you're playing like Duress or something like that. Yeah, cool. You're fun. Play one of those types of decks, huh? Works for me. That's fine. Maybe discard even more. Yep, that you are. Okay.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
You're not gonna make me do anything. Okay, that's fine. So all we do here is we do the Dragoon. That is pending. Ramp into stuff. Pretty fun. And then we can do Tarkir and just blast Liliana out of the sky. if they don't make us discard stuff first. Oh, hey, Shelly, check you out. Yeah, you're gonna make me do that. Dang it. Okay.
We all have things we'd
X
rather
number, that's right. That stinks, but unfortunately, I think we gotta get rid of that one there. Oh, hey, there's a helpless nightmare. How fun is that? Now watch this. Actually, this is a fun one. Watch what we can do here. We can actually reveal that. Boom. Blast the Shelly. Or not blast the Shelly. Blast the... Oh, we should have taken... Eh. I don't think it would have mattered either way.
A delay, nothing more.
You're probably going to make me discard. So... Sure. Of course. Yep. That's fine. You know, I can't be mad because we play this deck quite frequently. So, can't be mad at this. This is part of the strategery. I'm guessing you've got something to blast this with. Yeah, you've got to go for the throat, and that's okay. You have to go for a throat or a Shelly's Edict or something like that. Which will take care of that. No problem. Yep, that's fine. That's okay. I don't think we're gonna survive this though. So we're gonna take 4, then we're gonna take 2, and then an additional 2. And we might be okay. Alright, they don't have anything there, so that's... Yeah, we're gonna take 2. We're gonna go down to 1. Although, this could get interesting. Wow. Alright, cool. And I think we're done, no matter what we do. Alright. So... I think this is going to be a tough... The discard's a tough matchup. This is a tough matchup for us. Yeah, I don't see really anything that we can put in that's going to take the sting out of discard. So I think this is an example of the deck just kind of... You know, this is its Achilles heel. So if there's anywhere that we can... Oh, hey, that's fine. We might actually... Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll do this, take the damage off that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool. Gotta cut down. Here's this negotiation. Okay, that's fine. Can do there for Rex, Snail Rex, maybe. I don't know what that is. What you can do there, kid? I get a if I get a land, you're in business here. But I guarantee it's gonna be a Bandit's Talent. Or now, really? You don't let me have any fun today. Oh well, that's fine. I'll just do this. I'll just do that. Let's see where they go from here. And you got a little Liana. Nah, you gotta shoot the sheriff. Okay. Hey, now the Llanowar elves. Check that out. Yeah, we got all our mana dorks out there, don't we? Shelly? Bandit's Talent. Yeah, of course. That's alright. Yeah, we're gonna discard. We have to discard it anyway, so is what it is. There we go. You're gonna lose 2 life, and you're gonna cut down one of my Llanowar elves. So that's what you do. You heartless beast. Could have used a worse term there, but hey, check that out. Yeah, that's gonna be a target. Like, that ain't gonna be targeted by anything. Again, we can't be upset, because this is the type of deck that is gonna disrupt our day anyways. The spot removal and stuff. I probably could have put in some shielding, like overprotect or something like that, but I don't think it would have made a difference. You gonna let me have that? That's impossible. Alright, well, that's okay. I mean, we're gonna lose some life, but also too... Oh, hey, Hopeless Nightmare. Yeah, we're gonna lose more life. That's fun. Alright, boom. Yeah, so there's that. Cool. Oh, hey, check it out, boom. You know what? Let's do this. Do that. Do that. And for good measure, let's do that. Sure. That's actually pretty savage. Now we have a pretty big board, so they're gonna have to go board wipe on us. In the world? Yeah, okay. You can't make me discard if I don't have any cards in my hand there, buddy. That's kind of the point of discard. Yeah, we go 2 and 2 with this deck at least. I'm okay with that. Yeah, we'll lose 2 life, but it is what it is. Alright, I'm just gonna get some fun here. Boom. We're gonna do that. And then you die. Let's see. And ding ding, we swing. Boom. There we go. Boom. 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 Becomes a Gatling gun. There we go. Boom. Boom. Alright, cool. Let's go to the third match. So we go 2 and 2 with this deck at least. 3 and 1 would be great. But 2 and 2 is just as good. Because again, against a discard deck like this, we're actually showing like what this deck can do. We ramp into stuff. And yeah. It's pretty cool what they've got with that Breaching Dragonstorm. You can throw that down, hit a dragon. If you hit a dragon spell, you're in good shape. Oh, this is way too slow. But, oh, excuse me. Yeah, let's go there. That's rough. So we're already at a little bit of a disadvantage playing against these discard builds. Yep, there's that. Okay, that's fine. And Dragonfire can go bye-bye. Let's put down a Forest. We only have 1 more left, so there's that. And now we're just drawing dead. If we draw that again, we draw dead. But that's okay. Liliana. Oh, Deep Cavern Bat. Oh, you're gonna hit my Overlord. That's no fun. Yeah, Ruthless Negotiation. If they have Duress or something like that, then... Yeah, alright, so there's that. They'll activate that. That's okay. Oh, hey, Llanowar Elves. Yeah, sure. We'll go with it. Probably should have kept that first opening hand, but yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, go for it. Got down. There we go. You know, like one of those Tarkir cards, the Invasion of Tarkir, I think would be a great card to have, or one of those spot removal type deals. That'd be great. Oh, hey, Stingerback Terror is not the worst either. think we're going to plot that. And the reason I'm plotting that is at least it's out of my hand and they can't hit it with discard. So, plus they also can't target it with any spot removal. So that might be a one of those, what do they call, 1000 IQ plays? Maybe. But who knows. Okay, they're drawing dead, it would look like, too. So, we get Terror of the Peaks. We're in okay shape. Nah, of course we don't. Not this round. No, don't need that. I'm Fresh Plum out of lands. They're gonna draw into stuff though, so that's kind of where we need to start putting some pressure down. Another Deep Cavern Bat. That's fine. You're not taking my Copperline Gorge. That's sure as heck ain't happening. You're leaving a lot of mana open, though, so I'm a little bit weary about that. Yeah, what you doing there, Snail Rex? I think that's what I'm just gonna call this guy, Snail Rex. Channeled Dragonfire is definitely a an option here, especially taking out one of them bats. We gotta stop here. This is Bat Country. Oh, that's my deck. And create a bat typal theme, and I'm gonna call it, instead of It's Frickin' Bats, I'm gonna call it We Can't Stop Here. This is Bat Country. Yes, we're gonna do it. That's gonna be a video. We're gonna make a bat typal build. It's gonna be slightly psychotic like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but dude, alright, there's Shelly. Okay, there we go. Alright, so you have now officially put that down on the battlefield. Okay, I lose 2 life. Hey, Fire Spitter Whelp, that's pretty okay. So we're gonna do do this. Do this. Do this. Get that back. Boom, we get that back. Okay, so let's see what they do. Interesting. Okay. They'll probably kill my Stinger back. That was weird. It's almost like there was like a little bit of a delay there. Is what it is. Now we really can't. If we draw into our Beanstalk, that's not what we want, obviously. They're going to kill the Stinger back, more than likely. Yep, that goes bye-bye. Of course, they will go for the throat. That's okay. My dog decides to go psychotic again. Another Deep Cavern Bat? Really? You're going to be that sort of jerk? I mean, again, I can't get upset because this is the type of deck that I would play. This is totally the deck that I would play. In fact, I might even play this deck at some point, but I'm going to say right now, update it. Get some new cards. There's plenty of brand new cards to... And now I'm definitely drawing dead. Alright, well, that's fine. Let's go to the post-game analysis. Alright, so Gruul Dragons, not the worst. Not the best. This is a fun deck to play, especially when you get this on the battlefield. You throw that down, and you just throw all your dragons out onto the battlefield. It's actually a really fun deck to play, especially at the lower levels when you're in bronze like me. And this is what I like, kind of being in bronze. You can actually have fun while ranking up, and it doesn't really cost you anything aside from maybe a little bit of investment and patience, but trying out new decks. But this is a really cool build, and even though I'm really only using like 2 cards from the new set, this card, when this works, it gets really fun. So, you know, you can basically throw down a dragon, maybe even throw it down again if you've got the mana, so on and so forth. But if you like this build, please like, please subscribe, and as always, my magic miscreants, may you always be on the play, may all your spells hit the battlefield. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.